Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another edition of Bike Profiles. This one here, we're going to talk about something that is a little different from my typical bike that comes through the store. And this is a Haro e-mountain bike. And the headline news is we install some new wheels and tires on this bike. So let's run through it. So this is one of those quality bikes because, you know, it's got the Shimano Steps program. It's also got the TRP 2.3 disc brake system, so the 2.3 rotors as well. And we're talking about the thickness of the rotor. So this is an e-bike built for purpose. Oftentimes I see e-bikes with, for lack of a better description, flim-flam brakes and cable operated, really low level Tektro brakes or something, or even just brakes I don't recognize the brand on them. So this is just a good quality build. Customer keeps the bike nice and clean. You can see that chain. I didn't do the chain cleaning. I also did not clean the cassette, so he keeps it very well maintained. And so it's got a 12-speed drivetrain. It has an XT rear derailleur. But let's get on to the important stuff. Well, I should say what it came in for. We replaced his wheels with these Industry 9 Enduro S with the Hydra hubs. Now the rear hub, and I did an unboxing on these wheels, so the rear hub has a 0.52 degree engagement, so 692 points of engagement. They quoted as 690 points of engagement. But everything about the hubs, the hub shells, the internals, all of the milling, everything is done on site in Asheville, North Carolina. So pride and workmanship there. We've got a Hydra hub that is, everything is done on site. So an American-made product, Enduro S, so the S stands for steel spokes. They are black in this case. Now, the eagle eye amongst you might have noticed that the front wheel is a 29 and the rear wheel is a 27.5. The rear wheel is a 27.5 with a 2.8 tire. So you got some good meat back here. You can see that right there. And then on the front, it's a 29 2.5. And you can see that there. Now, some of you might say, oh, well, the valve stem is not aligned with the Maxxis logo. Well, on this wheel, since he blacked out the logo, I figured he didn't want that highlighted. So I put the model name instead of the brand name. And I did the same thing in the front. I didn't have a discussion with him, but I just found it odd that on both sides, he had blacked out the yellow Maxxis logo. So I figured, okay, I'll follow suit. I won't bring attention to that. I will put the valve stem there. So we installed the new tires with, he said, make them extra juicy. Or I think he said, make them juicy. And I said, do you want extra sealant in there? And that's how I understood it when he said, make them juicy. So I put an extra dose of sealant in both the front and the rear. Most flats are rears, but figured might as well do the front as with extra sealant. And yeah, this is a great bike for, you know, someone who's 71 years old, still wants to get out on the trails, and still wants to enjoy the wind blowing in his face, but you know, he's 71, so he wants a little extra help. And I took this out in the parking lot and did a little test ride on it. the wheels that were on it and the tires that were on it, and it's a hoot, right? Because it's just this big ass bike. You just do a little pedal assist and off it goes. More pedal power, it goes even faster. And he wanted to point out to me how comfortable he is on this fabric carbon railed saddle. He said, God, it's the best saddle I've ever had. And you know, it's got a huge, that's 2 fingers, 3 fingers just about fit in this channel. And he says, yeah, it's the best saddle I've ever ridden. I cannot vouch for it. I mean, I just took a ride in the parking lot, so I don't really know how comfortable it would be long term. I didn't have any cycling shorts on, of course, and it felt fine for me in just my work trousers. So I don't know. If some of you folks are looking for saddles, maybe you should give Fabric a try. I honestly don't know much about it as a brand. So make a comment down below if you ride a Fabric saddle, you think it's a great saddle. Also make a comment down below, because I don't know what model this is, so I can't really talk much more about it. But he emphasized it, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention. We've also got this Renthal handlebar and a Spanx stem, so nice camouflage looking stem. And yeah, I mean, this thing this thing must be a hoot on the trails. I'm not a mountain biker, so I don't know much about riding trails. I'm terrified of crashing. We have a lot of rock here in Southern California. We don't have nice cushy mulch trails, wood chip, or any of that stuff. Brown dirt. We don't have brown dirt. We have sand and a lot of exposed rock, and it's just, I just fear of crashing and hurting myself from my primary sport, my primary facet of cycling, which would be road cycling. Another thing of note is he's got 2 different pedals on here, and I'll need to ask him why he has 2 different type pedals, but he does. And this is what he's got on the other side. So 2 different style pedals. I'll ask him about that when he comes to pick up the bike. And yeah, he had a setup that is more akin to taking a motocross bike on and off of your truck bed. So he had the ramp, he had the step stool, he had everything, had the bike tied down with you know, four tie downs, I believe. I know 2 in the front, 1 to each side. But yeah, it just so this is not my usual bike that comes in through the store, but that more reason to shoot it for you. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you have an e-bike? Do you have a mountain e-bike? Do you have a bike that has a 29 front and a 27.5 rear? I'd like to know how popular that is. Okay, anyway, that is all for today. I wish I could do the Free Hub sound check, because this thing sounds like a Chris King Angry Bee, but it's hard to lift the bike up, turn the pedals, and still hold the camera. So anyway, all right, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you up the road.